My mom did teach me about finances, but it was very simple. Work hard and save money. Always have money saved. That was her advice. One more thing that she gave me was when I was 17 years old, I lived with my dad at that time, and I had close to $5,000 saved up. It was time for me to get a car, and my mom advised me to get a brand new car. I've had one brand new car in my life. I was 17 years old and never again have I done that. In fact, I was so young that I had to register and buy the car under my mom's friend, his name, because I was underage. And when I turned 18, that's when I legally transferred the title to my name, even though I had the car. It had 4 miles. Don't recommend that. This is one of my favorite topics, things that I wish I was taught, and it's about your personal finance, your finances. You have to, whether you like finances or not, you have to do this. And I do have some notes for this one because I want to make sure that I cover everything. You have to take care of yourself financially. You have to be proactive. You have to be in the know of your financial picture, whether it is great, good, so-so, bad, or horrible. You have to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. It's going to benefit you in so many ways. You would be shocked as to how many people are just not good with personal finances, their own personal finances. And that is a tragedy, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people like that. So your finances are either going to work for you or they're going to work against you. I've been in both sides. When I was young, I was kind of sloppy. I took control. I took control immediately at the age of 24 and 28 years now. It's completely night and day the way it was in the past to what it's like now. You have to invest in your financial knowledge, whether it's, and I'll talk about all these examples in just a moment, but you have to invest. So when I say invest in your financial knowledge, here's what I mean. A lot of people, what they do is they are experts at their hobbies or the iPhone or social media, whatever it is that they spend their time on. They're experts at that, but they often neglect, not everyone, but many, their personal finances. It's not that difficult. Really, it's not that difficult, and I'll show you why in just a moment. This is something that I would say your personal finances is a necessity that you take control of, and if you already have control over it, great, continue, and maybe even teach someone near you. It's worth it. So here's are some of my notes. The first thing, have a budget. A budget, it could be one piece of paper, 1 page, or it could be more. I've seen people that have like 7 pages for their budget. For me, that's too much. 1 page for me, it tells me my income, the money that's coming in every 2 weeks, and multiply that by 2 for 2 pay periods per month on average. And then your expenses, that could be your rent, your mortgage, your utility bills, your cell phone, your subscriptions, your car payment. On the expenses side, you would be shocked again as to how many people have a list like this, category after category. Your money is a blessing. Keep most of it. Pay your expenses, limit your expenses. There's no business that's going to say, we don't want your business, go somewhere else. So your budget is going to have your income and your expenses. Your goal should be to spend less than you earn. Remember that. If you forget everything that I talk about in this video, spend less than you earn. And a lot of this is based on your behavior, our behavior when it comes to our finances. It really is our behavior. Remember that, the things that you do good and the things that you do bad. So one thing for you to think about is, are you constantly upgrading? That could be your vehicle, that could be your phone, your smartphone. My phone, which is charging right now, it has, nowadays the cameras on these phones, iPhones have 3, what looks like 3 cameras. Mine only has 1, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I don't need to have the latest and greatest. I want a phone that's going to work for me, that I can take pictures and look at my accounts or whatever, my social media accounts if I want. One of the things that I've always done as a kid and I do now is I take care of what I have. This camera is a beautiful camera. I bought it to make YouTube videos, and I kind of stopped for a while. So now this is day 4 where I'm staying on top of it. And it's an expensive camera, but I take care of it. I guarantee you it's going to last me for a long time. Going back to what my mom said is save money, spend money, give money. That is a really good thing. One of the things that I struggled with as an adult, and I started late, was knowledge on investing. You have to invest for your retirement, unless you want to be broke in your retirement. Most jobs don't have pensions anymore. I'm going to be fortunate enough that I'm going to have 2 pensions by the age of 57, military and civil service, federal employee, plus our investments, plus everything that we have and we own is paid for. We're going to be in a really good financial situation. We are in a really good financial situation. So you have to invest because, like I said, most jobs don't have pensions these days. And I want you to think about this. At retirement, do you want to be comfortable or do you want to be financially strapped? I'll let you answer that. Debt, my favorite topic when it comes to finances. Reduce your debt and get out of debt. Debt is going to really financially strap you in a bad way because every time you get paid, now you have to pay these people and all these agencies or businesses. And all of these businesses are going to take your money, like I said already. You know, whether it's cash, debit, credit, whatever, they're all going to take your money for whatever it is that you're trying to purchase. Interest is the expense of using credit. And if you pay interest, it's already reducing your finances. It's not something that I used to pay interest when I was 18 and 19 and 20, but no. In fact, my wife and I do have one credit card, and whatever we owe, we pay immediately. And we don't take advantage of that as well. Sometimes we have to delay getting what we want. There is nothing wrong with the answer no. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And I'm not trying to say that you should deprive yourself of buying stuff or getting the things that you want, but sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. And if you're using a credit card and making minimum payments, I'm going to tell you the answer should be no. Of course, that's what I think, but people do what they want. One of the things that my wife and I did out of necessity when we got married 28 years ago was buying secondhand, and we still buy secondhand. Not everything, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually very smart thing to do, I think. Observe others, their positives and negatives on what they're doing to succeed or what their challenges are. And remember that, because it's good to learn lessons, but we don't have to use our own personal lessons every single time. It's kind of like having a mentor. A mentor is going to tell you what works for him or for her and what doesn't work. Last thing, to make it short, is your net worth should go up as you age, and that's a good thing. So what is net worth? Net worth is when you have your assets, anything that has value, that you clearly own outright, and then you subtract your liabilities, which could be anything that you owe. An example is, let's say you have a house and you bought it for, let's say your house that you live in is worth $500,000, and you gave a down payment or reduced your mortgage debt, and you only owe $300,000. So your net worth for that example is $200,000. Does that make sense? Your house is worth $500,000. You only owe $300,000, so that difference of $200,000 is what you would apply to your net worth. And it should go up as you get older. Think about your personal finances. It's not that difficult. I will answer any questions that you have in the comments section to this topic because it's something that I'm passionate about. But you have to be invested and interested in your personal finances. It's not that difficult. Make it happen. Take care.